All right. So this is my review for The Boys, episode 7. You know what's crazy? I legitimately thought this last season was going to be 10 episodes. That's what I really thought. It was going to be 10 episodes. I got to go back and double check and see if every season was eight episodes. I don't believe so. If it is, then my bad. But I really thought that this last season was going to be 10 episodes. There's so much stuff that they have to tie up, so much plot stories, plot points, and certain things that to tie up. And there's only one more episode left. Okay, one more episode left. That's crazy to me. And I also heard it's in the theaters in some places. I wish it was in a theater near me. I would go see it. But the point is, wow, one episode left. This last episode, I don't know the runtime. This last episode should be 2 hours. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like probably like 1 hour, maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. But if it's not longer than 1 hour, I don't know what they're doing. This last episode, it needs to be, like longer than 1 hour. They're not gonna cover everything. They're just not. Like what I wanted is I wanted Homelander's fall, if he does have a fall from grace, to be in episode 7 or the second to last episode, so we can have an episode of Fallout and like kind of just like slowly like let's have a kind of swan song out of the series. But I don't know what's gonna happen. It seems like this last episode is gonna be freaking balls to the wall, everything going crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. This is just insane. And here's the thing. Frenchie. Okay, so I knew that there was gonna be some deaths at some point. I don't, I didn't really like that it was Frenchie, but I just feel like here's the thing. I think they did it in a very tasteful way. The acting was great. There was a point where I thought it was gonna be Mother's Milk because he had like this monologue he was telling Starlight, and then he was building up his hope again, and he's building up that hope, and he was telling the story about his name and stuff. So I thought maybe it's gonna be Mother's Milk, but it wasn't. But we'll see even in the next episode. But the point I'm trying to make is this: Frenchie, he went out valiantly, sacrificing his life for them, for his love and Sage. But here's the thing: they don't show Homelander doing anything to him. They show his like his it looks like his guts maybe came out or whatever. But the point is, if they're gonna do this death, don't be afraid. Go there. I'm not saying I want to see Frenchie's head get cut in half. I didn't want to see that. But you could have showed a little bit of Homelander's sadisticness. You maybe could have showed him zapping off a finger or breaking his hand, something, because they don't show anything. We know it happens, but they don't show anything. And I'm not saying they have to show something, but at least something small. At least something small. What I'm saying is they should have showed something small. You saw the blood, and they made it almost like a PG, like a PG-13. No, that's not what you have trained us to. You didn't train us to PG-13 death scenes. So you trained us for the gore. And I'm not saying I want all the gore for Frenchie. That's not what I want to see. But what I'm saying is what we got was so PG. It was just like, is he really gone? Like, yeah, he was gone by everyone's reaction. But I think you didn't even get to see the wound. You just got to see some blood on the floor. And I feel like he deserves more than that. He deserves more than that. He deserves more. Like, and I like how he was standing up to him even in the face of his imminent death. That was great. You could have did that. You could have had him maybe get his finger twisted or something, or zapped, and then him still being like going out like a champ. You know what I mean? And then showing Homelander's eyes turn to red and look at his guts or something, and then you don't show it. Then you don't have to show it. Just show it's Homelander looking at his guts or something, getting his fist ready to punch, and then you see him laying on the floor. But they didn't even do that. So I think that he deserved a little bit better. But it was still a nice send off. But it was just like, dang. But I like it because now Komiko's probably gonna go back into that chamber, and she's not gonna stop until she gets Soldier Boy's power, so she could take him out. Yeah. Other than that, my boy Soldier Boys, he underestimates Homelander every time because he's just like, he's not gonna do this to me. Whatever, I go walk past him once I'm leaving, and Homelander just puts him back to sleep in a cryo tube or whatever. So, but that only bodes well for us or for the boys, because if they let him out, he's probably gonna go against Homelander again after going on this crazy turn. So, or not crazy turn, it's because his love for Clara. So we'll see. Other than that, what I'm thinking for sure, I'm thinking Huey has to go I just feel like that's the natural order. I feel like Huey will go and he's gonna get taken out, and Billy is gonna see it. Billy's gonna see Huey go out, and that's only gonna make Billy fight even harder, and he's basically gonna sacrifice himself, taking out Homelander somehow. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like Mother's Milky is gonna be good. I just feel like it's gonna be Huey and it's gonna be Billy taken out. That's how I feel. And I feel like Maeve has to come out of hiding at some point. Maybe she won't. She had a great send off, but maybe if Maeve sees that they're about to take out Homelander and she comes out of nowhere, I don't know. But I just feel like anyone else, I feel like that'll get taken out would be what's her name? She was in Gen V. Why am I forgetting her name? The girl who could bloodbend. I feel like she's gonna get taken out. I feel like Homelander is not gonna take anything for her answer. He's gonna take her out. And the only reason she might survive is because maybe she'll survive because she has this way she could bring people back to life, kind of. So maybe Huey will have a near-death experience and she'll save him. Or someone will have a near-death experience and she'll save him. That's the only reason for her character, I feel like, right now. And maybe the shapeshifter will get taken out. I just feel like there has to be more deaths, and we'll see what happens. But I can't believe there's one episode left. It's kind of insane. Like, think about how much stuff can happen in one episode. There's a lot, but they're gonna put the pedal to the metal, but hold that foot on the gas for the last episode. But I feel like 1 hour is kind of insane. I don't know how long it is. I hope it's 2 hours. We'll see. But I did enjoy it. It sucks Frenchie's gone, but at least he got to die in the arms of the woman he loved. Damn. All right. Stasia, Notre Dame. Oh yeah, before I go, I gotta talk about The Deep. All right, it's interesting. The Deep is probably gonna have an ironic ending, it seems. So he's gonna go back in the water at some point. I wish he would be able to make amends with those fishes, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. It was a genocide of the fishes, and he was part of it. So he didn't want it to be part of it, but ultimately it was, he was not a part of something. He was a part of something that basically took out a lot of sea life. So we'll see how that concludes. But Stasia, Notre Dame, spread love and light, and let's sign off with a slash.